Alright guys, it is about 10 minutes before weigh-ins. As always, I bring my scale because this is the first time in uh, 4 or 5 years that I've had to make a weight. Because before, it's bodybuilding, I could come in, I just came in wherever I came in. I wasn't concerned about it, even if I was on the low end. But now with the height and weight restrictions, I cannot weigh more than 192. So it's been a little struggle to get down. Got up this morning and I was 191.8. I've had 2 meals in me so far. Very little. First meal I had 20 grams of carbs and 50 grams of protein. And then I had only turkey and asparagus for my second meal. And I've had about 40 ounces of water and 12-ounce coffee with a double shot espresso, the caffeine obviously to have that diuretic effect. And I was 194, so 2 pounds over. So I decided to cut, any more fluids at that point and food. So I'm freaking starving. I'm thirsty. It's been about 5 hours or so since I've eaten last. All right. So what I'm gonna do is weigh here in the room like I always do before I go down to weigh-ins. And typically, any weigh-in I've ever been in, the scale at the weigh-ins is 1 to 2 pounds lighter than the scale here that I've always weighed on. So we're going to compare the two and see what the numbers are. So I'm going to step on the scale here. $191.4. So I am 0.6 under the weight class so far. So they better not give me shit if I go down there and weigh more. Alright, so I will argue with them. But regardless, I'm going to make weight. There should be no issue, obviously. And as soon as I'm done with that, then we'll get some of my meals on camera because I need to eat and start filling out because I am flat as a damn board. And I'm going to drink water. I still need to put some more food in me because I'm not cutting water this early. So obviously a key component with loading is you need water, you need sodium, and you need carbs for everything to be pulled in. So we're going to go down the weigh-ins and see what that number says. Alright, so just got done with weigh-ins. As you saw on the scale earlier here, I was 191.4. I was 191.8 down there. So right at the cutoff, which was a go. I knew I would make it. So now, since I had to cut water a little earlier than I'd hoped, and food, my first meal, they're going just rice and turkey, but got 80 grams of carbs. About 35 grams of protein because carbs is most important right now. It's not protein. So right now when I start loading, my protein is going to be basically cut in half because I'm not concerned about it. I just need it in there. And then also hydration. So because I had to cut my water early, I'm going to use non-concentrated coconut water. It's fantastic for hydration purposes. It's loaded with potassium, magnesium, calcium. There's sodium in it, so it doesn't take a lot of this to rehydrate me because I'm not going to cut water till probably around 10 o'clock tonight because I won't be on stage till about noon tomorrow. So I need to rehydrate some because to load properly you need water and sodium to push the carbs in, and you can't just eat a bunch of carbs and hope they'll go into you. All right, because people make that mistake. That's usually why you see a lot of big guts on stage, because people aren't hydrated enough. They don't have enough sodium. They're missing something to keep the carbs from basically pulling in, so they just sit in your gut. So I'm only drinking about 8 ounces right now. I'm probably only drinking about 16 ounces total. It's not going to take a whole lot. I'm still going to drink another like 30 ounces of water before I completely cut it. I'm going to shoot for 3 to 4 meals tonight before I go to bed around probably about 1 o'clock because I haven't had any carbs today. So I don't want to have to try to make up for it in the morning, when I get up and see what I look like, where my weight's at. I'm predicting I'm going to be on stage anywhere around 196, 198 once I fill out and load up. And then another thing that not even my wife knew is that I am crossing over into bodybuilding as well tomorrow. So I'm going to do my classic physique and bodybuilding. This is, like, I'm kind of doing this for myself because if you follow me at all, you know last year I had, for the first time in 20 years, stopped prep. I was getting ready to prep for, junior nationals for bodybuilding. I had a mitral valve leak, so it wasn't a good year and I had to pull out, so I didn't actually get to compete last year. So I haven't actually competed since 2014. And also, the Northern I did in 2009 as a light heavyweight. I won the class. And I've been a heavyweight basically ever since, so that's 7 years ago. So now it's kind of fun for me to come back to this show, same venue, everything, and be a light heavy again, kind of see what happens, what I can do here. But I just want to go out doing bodybuilding at least one last time, just because last year ended on such a bad note. So yeah, I'm going to cross over to bodybuilding, so I'll be a light heavyweight in open bodybuilding, and then obviously Class B and classic physique. So should be interesting, fun. I'm obviously going for the overall both. Why wouldn't I? Just obviously never know who's trying to show up, but that's the goal. I'm just gonna have fun with it at this point. I made weight, so that means Junior USA's in 9 weeks. Everything's for the most part going to be a cakewalk as far as the weight issue. So no issues there. So looking forward to getting on stage tomorrow after 2 years off, and just having fun. I support my fiance. Lord God, my brain is not working. It's just going to kill me for saying that. My wife. I love you very much, honey. God, I don't know where that came from. But my wife, here to support her. She hasn't been on stage. She was on when I was on stage, 2014.
November 2014.
Yeah, so.
And the difference between, he's got a lot of things going on. My weight is insignificant. It doesn't matter what I weigh. I just take my height, and that determines what class I'm in. So, and I've had 3 meals today. Got 2 more to go, and nothing really changes for me. I just keep doing what I've been doing. So no crazy manipulations, because it's just not needed. So I'm ready. But yeah, it's been since November 2014.
And what did you weigh back then?
Yeah, so the big difference for me is that I was very lean for nationals, and I remember waking up that morning, stepping on the scale and being 100 pounds and thinking, whoa, that's really small. And this morning I was 105.2, so I'm definitely going to be bringing a different physique on stage, so I'm excited about that. I hope it's a lot fuller. I hope that, I've never trained as hard as I have the last 1.5 years, 2 years, so I'm excited. I've worked hard, and it's definitely my personal best.
And to realize too, that's basically 2 years as a natural athlete and a female to put on, about 5 pounds of solid weight, solid muscle. So all these girls taking 4 months of an off season, or whether they're trying to improve their physiques, come on, be realistic. Unless you're one of the genetic elite and anomalies, you're not going to actually make that big of a difference in 3 to 4 months, okay? So take a step back, be objective. If you truly want to improve, take time away from the stage and do what needs to be done in the off season. That's when progress is made. It's not during prep. All these girls, or any competitor, want to get on stage and it's all about the prep, but they didn't do crap during the off season, and then they look the same or even worse next time they step on stage. This sport is about improving every single time you step on stage. To me, if you don't improve some way or another, you're wasting your time. So what's the point in it? And that's the thing with me is we don't focus on winning. We train to win. We always want to win. Obviously, that's a definite bonus, but that's something you can't control. You can control bringing a better body every time you're to the stage, and even if it's the smallest thing. So be realistic. 2 years of hard-ass work, and it's made a huge difference. She looks night and day from what she did 2 years ago. And she took the time, busted her ass, ate the way she needed to eat, trained her butt off, and improved. And then I expect her to improve even more before in the next 8-9 weeks going into Junior USA's. So that's it, you know, for this pre stuff. I'm gonna still eat. We may get a few more meals in. I still gotta eat more food, a lot more food. Will not be an issue. And then get up in the morning, see where I'm at as far as weight and how I look, and then, you know, we'll go from there.